Hi guys, good morning. Yes, can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Yes, yeah. Thank you. Thank you for response. Yeah, let us continue. So yesterday's class, is Java introduction. So what is Java? Java contains what? Java contents. Yes, like SE features, derivation features, and all this ME and effects. So 4 editions of Java. These things just complete overview discussed. Okay. Yes. Yes. Independent platform. This topic. Yes, we should today. Topic is yes Java features. What are the features of Java? Yes, independent platform, portability, OOPS language, scalability, security. These topics we should discuss. Yes, to understand these topics here, there are some basics. Yesterday explained about some basics. Because to understand all these topics here, there are some basics required. There are some basics required. Yes, basics. Yesterday we have discussed about that basics. Yes, we'll continue the topic as this topic. Yes, software basics. Yes, what is software? Yes, in software, system software, application software. These basics were discussed yesterday. System software, next application software. Okay. Yes, system software, exam device drivers and OS. Yes, about OS we discussed. What is OS? About OS discussed. How OS working is discussed here. Next, Java comes on application software. See, in software, there is a system software and application software. Java is an application software. So application software. Yes, in application software, there are two categories. There is a front-end software and back-end software. Java comes under front-end. So in front-end, languages and packages. Okay. Yes, Java comes under languages. So level languages in this low-level languages and high-level languages. Java is an high-level language. Okay. In both low-level and high-level language, there are some generation of languages. Generation of languages. Yes, low level, high level. Yes, in low level, first generation and second generation. High level, third generation and fourth generation. Yes, up to this we discussed yesterday. Yes, generation of languages we have discussed yesterday. Yeah, this is a prerequisite to understand Java here. Yes, before going to Java, these are all the basics here. So once these basics completed, you can understand Java. Otherwise, you cannot understand here. Okay, so these are all the prerequisites. Yes, before going to Java, these are the prerequisites here. If you know about it, then easy to understand Java concepts. Okay, Java concepts.
Sir,
Yeah, tell me.
sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, tell me.
Actually, I have a doubt. Like yesterday, what we discussed, you told like Java is front-end program, right? So Java is, I think, as of my knowledge, Java
Yeah,
is server application side, right? So server application
yeah,
side
yeah.
will
One
come
second.
under like,
Yeah, 1 second. See here, front end, back end. Okay, that's okay. Okay, fine. Yes, a good question. See here, front end means here like a forms user interface calling as front end generally. User interface comes under front end. That's it, fine. See here, front end, back end. Here, front end, back end means here, back end is to store the data, storage. Except storage, maybe programming, maybe everything called as front end. Okay. Yes, even programming, maybe all except storage, all our things comes on the front end only here. Generally, front end means everyone says that UI, user interface, like UI, like yes, this kind of things like form, this kind of things is it's a front end. Generally, anyone says that it's a front end. It's a, this is front end. Not only this one here, even programming also comes under front end here. Programming also, programming parts. Okay, that's the reason I explained as front end here. So Java comes under front end here. Java is a front end here. Yes, even front end here is works at server side. Java working at server sides. Java server side programming. Okay, Java except storage. Except storage, everything finally considering as front end only here. Okay. So here, except the data storage like database and files, except that everything comes under front end only here. Okay, programming and everything comes under front end. Okay, that's the reason I explain like that. Actually, Java is a server side programming. Java is a server side programming to process server side transactions, to process server side data here. That's actually Java here. Okay, yes. Now here
Yes,
front
sir.
end. Yes, in front end language package. See front end. See not only UI here. See this. Not only UI. Yes, even programming also comes on the front end. See this. Even language also comes on the front end here. Even language also comes on the front end here. Language also comes on the front end here. Except storage. Okay, comes under front end here. So front end in front end. See, language are the package are there. So here, see this. What are this is? This is like a somewhat like predefined one. Package like a package. This is. So this is these two things. Language and package both comes on this front end only here. Language also comes on the front end. Okay. Yes, in languages, low level languages and high level language, low level and high level. Okay. Yes, in both cases, some generation of language. First generation, second generation, third generation, fourth generation. There are four generations here. Okay, first and second generation, low level language. Yes, third and fourth generation, high level language. Okay. So Java comes under high level language. Java comes under high level languages. Okay. Yes. Now, today topic. See. So up to this yesterday discussed. Yesterday discussed, right? Yes, now here. High level language. See here, high level language. Every high level language program has to convert into low level language. Who will convert it? Suppose, for example, high level language. For example, yes, let us take some Java program. Suppose D drive. Just folder here, this Java program. For example, this is Java program. So this is Java program, right? So this is like a looking like English language. But system cannot understand this language. This language has to convert into binary code. Who will do that? Who will convert it here? Okay, fine. Next, one more example, Python. Let us take Python here. So Python example, one more example, Python here. Python. Suppose some Python program. Python. Yeah, this also high level language. This language has to convert into binary format. This language has to convert to binary format. Who will do that? Next, one more example here. One more example. Suppose HTML. Let us take HTML code here. HTML. Suppose HTML. Yes. See, all these are high level languages. All these are high level. All these are high level languages. All these are high level languages. System can't understand this language here. So every high level language has to convert into binary code. Every high level language has to convert into binary codes. Maybe C program or Java program or HTML code or Python. So all these high level language, these programs have to convert into binary codes here. So who will convert into binary codes for this? Either interpreter or compiler. So interpreter, yes, interpreter, yes, interpreter, interpreter, interpreter or compiler, interpreter or compiler. Yes, interpreter or compiler, either interpreter or compiler converts high level language to binary code. Once it converts into binary code, just executing, giving output. That's it. Okay. Now, this is very, very important topic for us to understand Java features, to understand Java, what is interpreter, what is compiler, how these are working here. Yes, if you good at this topic, then easy to understand. Yes, Java, JVM. Yes, to understand JVM here, you must have this knowledge here, interpreter and compiler. So before going to actual Java concepts, let us see about, yes, what is interpreter, what is compiler, how it's working here. Okay, right? Yes, anyone, can you differentiate this? Yes, interpreter and compiler. Yes, interpreter and compiler. Interpreter, compiler. Can you tell me anyone difference? Of course, I'm here to explain everything. I will explain everything, but just I'm asking about your idea. Just I'm asking your idea. Yes, anyone, anyone. What is interpreter? What is compiler? What is interpreter and what is compiler?
Sir,
Anyone?
compiler. Yeah, sir, compiler is only to use like a human language to binary language, right?
Okay. Interpreter.
Exactly, I don't know about interpreter, but a compiler, I know this much only. Like it is able to convert into binary language.
Yeah, fine, fine. Well and good. Yes, interpreter and compiler both are to convert from high level language, means like English language, from high level language to binary code. And both are to convert from high level language, that English language to binary codes. But some difference is there. Both are doing same job, but some difference is there. So what's the difference between, yes, interpreter and compiler? Let us see the differences here. Interpreter and compiler. So what's the difference between interpreter and compiler? Okay. So first let us start with the interpreter. Let us start with interpreter. How interpreter is working. How interpreter is working. Okay, let us see about interpreter. First of all, about interpreter. Okay. Yes, interpreter. See interpreter. Suppose let us take some example, interpreter based language. Suppose Python is the interpreter based language. Test.py, some Python script. Let us take Python script. Suppose this is Python script. Python script. Okay, one second. Python script. Yes, CMD, command line. Yes, command prompt. Command prompt. One second. Yes, command prompt. Command prompt. D equal to D drive. CD some, yes, 1 second. Mn Python folder, Python folder, SCLS, yes, there, secret test.py. It's a Python script. Okay, so notepad, notepad, test.py. Just opening that Python script here, Python script. C A equal 10, P equal 20, C equal to A plus P, displaying C value, C equal to A minus P, then displaying C value. Next, C equal to A into B, C equal to A into B, then displaying, yes, multiplication equal to multiplication, yes, multiplication, yes, multiplication equal to C. Save, control yes, save notepad file, exit, yes, CLS. Now let us run Python script here. Python, yes, Python, yes, see, Python script directly running here. Yes, give output. Yes, is not checking for any errors. Directly Python script is running. Directly submitted. See, this is your script, right? Yes, yes. Here, this is script directly submitted. No checking for errors. So without checking for errors, directly submitted. Okay, directly submitted, right? Directly submitted. Directly submitted. Simply submitted, right? Just directly submitted. Okay, so directly submitted, it's working fine. So addition equal 30, subtraction equal minus 10, multiplication equal 200. Okay, yes, see this here. So A value 10, B value 20. So addition means 30 outputs, subtraction minus 10 outputs, multiplication, yes, some 200 output here. Suppose something wrong, some mistake here. Control yes, save it, yes, exit, mistake. So if any mistake comes, what happens here? This stop, program stop. Any mistake comes, simply program stop here. Any syntax error, program stops. Now let us see how, yes, it's working here. So this is here, Python is the interpreter based language. Python is the interpreter based language. How interpreter is working? So our topic is about interpreter. Yes, how this interpreter is working. Let us see about interpreter. Interpreter. Yes, interpreters and compilers, these concepts are very, very important. Okay. So interpreters and compilers. Yes, if you know this topic here, then easy to understand Java JVM here. So interpreter. So how interpreter is working? Let us see about interpreter. Suppose interpreter program statement, maybe Python script. Okay. So first statement. Okay. Yes. Next statement. There are some statements. Yes. First. Yes. These are the statements here. See here, these are the statements. First statement, next statement, next statement, next statement, In Python, every line is separate statement here, called a statement here. Every line is separate statements. In Python, every line is separate statements. So there are the statements here. So first statement, second statement, third statement, like there are some statements here. There are some statements. There are some statements here. Okay, next. Yes, next there are some statements. So let us, this is Python script. There are some statements. Yes, how this is working here. So interpreter, Python it's interpreter based. How interpreter is working here? Let us say about interpreter. So first interpreter, yes, interpreter first of all checks the syntax of first statement. Syntax means some rules. There are some rules. Every language has its own syntax. There are some rules. Syntax means like suppose open brackets and closing brackets. Where to start, where to end. Yes, open double quote, close double quotes. Like this here. Equal to. Yes, something like this. There are some syntax here. Every language has its own syntax. Okay. So here interpreter first of all checking for syntax. Suppose syntax is correct. So immediately converts into binary code, zeros ones formats. Zeros ones format here. After that submitted to processor. So once submitted to processor here, yes, that output simply generates. Processor executes statement generating output here. Okay, interpreter. Yes, see here interpreter. Yes, checking syntax of this. Yes, correct. Immediately converts into binary code, executes. Once executed, a value becomes 10. Next execute next syntax is correct. Executing next statement. So checking for syntax and immediately execution. Checking for syntax execution. Once executed, a value becomes 10. So next b equal 20 syntax checking after immediately execution, b value becomes 20 here. Next, yes, checking for this syntax is correct. C equal to a plus b. Now c value becomes 30. Right? So checking the execution here. Okay. See here first statement checking. Yes, if first statement is correct. If first statement is correct, immediately converts into binary code, submitted to processor, generating output here. Yes, that a equal to 10, a value becomes 10 here. Okay. Yes, next checking for next statements. Suppose next statement also correct, same, immediately converts into binary code. If next statement also correct, converts into binary code, get just submitted to processor, then finally generating output. So what is happening here? In interpreter here, checking first statement, if that is correct, immediately converts into binary code, then generating output. See, next statement may be right or wrong. Interpreter never think about next statement. If that statement is correct, immediately converts into binary code, generating output here. Okay. After that, go to second statement. Suppose second statement also correct, immediately converts into binary code, generating output. So what is happening here? Line by line. First line checking is over and generate output here. Second line checking over, generate output here. Yes, after now checking third line here. Suppose third line, maybe some error, simply stops. Yes, any error comes, simply stops. Okay, see first statement no error, generate output here. Second statement no error, getting output here. Third statement here error. So any error comes, simply stops. Here. Now here, see this in this program. Yes, error at 7th line, stop it simply. That program stopped here only. So this is working of interpreter. So interpreter, yes, checking and execution, line by line. Interpreter is always line by line checks and executes. Any error can simply stops. This is interpreter, right? Yes. Suppose compiler. If it is compiler, how it's working? Let us say about compiler here. Compiler. Yes, let us take compiler example also. 1 second. Compiler. For compiler, I'm taking a Linux base C language. Compiler. Let us take C program. C program is a compiler based. So let us take C program for this. Compiler. Yes. Compiler. Yes. Now it's a compiler here. Compiler. Yes. Compiler. Test.c. Test.c program. Yes. If it is compiler, how it's working? Let us see about compiler here. Yes, here how compiler working. See compiler working. See here compiler first of all checking for first statements. Yes, if first statement correct, even statement is correct, it won't convert into binary code immediately. Yes, even it's correct, it won't convert into binary code immediately. Checking for second statement also. Suppose second statement correct, even correct, it won't convert into binary code. After that, checking for third statement. Suppose something wrong, it shows error rates, some line here. Error rate, sounds line here, some line number. Okay, after that, yes, checking for next statement also. Even error comes, it goes next statement also. Checking for next statement. Okay, yes, suppose something wrong here, error rate, some line here. So you get checking top to bottom. Compiler checks the complete program from top to bottom. Checklist checks the program from top to bottom and shows all the errors. All the errors. Okay, it shows all the errors. Okay, see interpreter is line by line, but compiler is whole program checking from top to bottom. Next, interpreter shows only one error. See, any error comes, interpreter stopping, right? Any error comes, interpreter stopping, but compiler won't be stopping here. So even error is there, go to next line, next line, next line, checking from top to bottom. Compiler checks whole program from top to bottom. Compiler checks whole program. Compiler checks whole program from top to bottom, shows all the errors. Yes, interpreter shows only one error. Any error comes, interpreter stops. But compiler is not like that. Compiler checking whole program from top to bottom and shows all the errors. 1 second. Let me take some water. Yes. Compiler checking from top to bottom all these statements and shows all the errors. All the errors. Okay. Yes, let me show practically. Let us take some C program. C program. ls. Okay. Make directory mnrow directory created. Yes, here. Yes, we'll discuss Java also. How to develop Java applications in Linux. See, my most of the real-time job is Linux based only here. Linux based developing Java applications, developing Hadoop applications. Most of the times I'll be spending on Linux base. Okay, I'll explain Linux base also. Okay, yes. On Linux base, how to develop Java applications, we'll discuss that also. Okay, let's. Yes, gedit test.c program, test.c, test.c. Hash include stdio.h. Okay, yes, white main function starting ending. Yes, same program let us write in C language. Like see this one, Python script. Same thing in C language. How it works? Same script, same thing in C language. Yes, int a equal to 10. Okay, next int b equal to 20. Yes, next int c, third variable c here. Yes, int c. Okay, so first statement c equal to a plus b. Yes, printf. Yes, here addition. Yes, addition is equal to yes percentile d comma yes displaying c value. Okay, next c equal to yes a minus b. C equal to a minus b. Yes, printf yes subtraction. Yes, subtraction. Once again, a slash and here it's a comma. The syntax. Yes, subtraction. Yes, subtraction. Yes, subtraction. Yes, subtraction is equal to yes personally. Yes, comma displaying c value. Okay. Yes, subtraction. Next c equal to a. C equal to a into b multiplication. Yes, multiplication. Multiplication equals c value. Fine. Yes. So int a equal to 10. Yes. B equal to 20. C equal to a plus b. Addition value. Next subtraction value. Next multiplication value. Yes. Here slash n. Slash needs to take to next line. Slash and output take to next line. So here slash n, here slash n, here slash n. Okay, fine. Save. Save. Control yes. Save. Yes. Now ls. Say this. ls. So test.c program. Now we should compile it. cc-c test.c. Yes, compile, no error. Test.o file created. That binary file created. After that, next you have to create exe file. cc-o. Yes, test.o. Yes. Suppose exe name is, let us say project is exe name. Yes. Project exe file created. Okay. So dot slash project. Yes, that's it. Addition, subtraction, multiplication. So this is how compile is working here. Yes, converted to exe file. So here project it's exe file. It's exe. So file after getting exe file, that exe file executing, right? See what the steps in this. So first compile. Check from top to bottom, no errors. If no errors, what is next step here? If no errors, what is next step here? If no errors, converting to exe file. Yes, project is exe, find exe, ls. Yes, project exe file generated. So what was happened here? This whole code, complete your C program, converted into binary code and written to project exe file. Yes, exe name is project exe. That whole code converted into binary code and written to project exe file here. After then execution here. Okay. So what was happened here? Yes, compiler checking top to bottom. Yes, compiler checking whole code. So compiler checking complete program from top to bottom and shows all errors. 1 second. Yes, let us see this also here. gedit test.c program. gedit test.c. Suppose here there are some mistakes. Here some mistake. Suppose here some mistake. Okay. Here some mistake. Okay. Here there are some mistakes here. So some mistakes here. Save. Now let us compile this one here. Yes, save. 1 second. ls. 1 second. Remove. Start.to file remote. Yes, rm. Start deleted. Yes, test.c is there. No, cc-c test.c. Yes, see this. All the errors. Top to bottom showing all the errors. See 11th line error message. 13th line error message. Line 21 error message. So compiler checking from top to bottom showing all the errors, right? See interpreter how many? Only one error. Interpreter shows only one error. Okay, interpreter. Yes, interpreter shows only one error. Interpreter showed only one error here, but not all right. But compiler checking from top to bottom. Compiler checking from top to bottom and shows all the errors. All the errors, right? Okay. Yes, next step is correct all the errors. Correction of all the errors. Yes, correct all the errors here. Yes, correction of all the errors. Semicolon missing. Yes, here comma missing. Yes, save and recompile. Again, still there one more error. Line number 21 error message. Line number 21. So here this is 21. Here you can see line number 21. The bottom, that line number, that editor line number. Yes, semicolon. Done. Okay. Yes, after that, now let us recompile here. Recompile, still error message. See it? So still error message. So it's semicolon. This semicolon missing. Okay. Yes. Next. Yes, compile it. Yes, no error. If no error, test.to is not. It's a binary format for C program. Okay, now this is converting to exe file. Next step, it has to convert into exe file. Okay, the test.to object file convert to exe file. Yes, exe file got it. After getting exe file, that exe file executing here now. Yes, given out. This is working of compiler. Let us see how compiler working here. So compiler checks whole program from top to bottom. Compiler checks all statements. Compiler checks all the statements from top to bottom and shows all the errors. Yes, correct all the errors. After correction of errors here, No recompile. After correction, just recompile C program here. Recompile it. So recompile it. Suppose next time everything is correct. Yes, next time this is correct. Okay, everything all are correct. Next time everything is correct. Every statement is correct here. So all are correct. Yes, every statement is correct. All are correct. Then what happens here? If everything is correct here, then compile opens another file. If everything is fine, it opens another file, right? Yes, if everything is fine, opens another file. And writing all this binary code is another file. Okay, this whole program top to bottom. See, compiler checks whole program from top to bottom and shows all the errors. Suppose if there is no error here, if there is no error, complete code converts into binary code at a time here. So complete codes converts into binary codes. All the statements converts into binary code. All the statements converts into binary code. All the statements converting into binary code. Just the converting into binary code. All the statements converting into binary code. All the statements converting into binary code. Okay. Yes. After converting into binary codes. Okay. Yes. Generating result file. That result file is called exe file. Now what was happened to project exe generated? Project exe file. Project exe file. Just exe file generated. Project exe file generated, right? Okay. See here, compiler checks whole program from top to bottom and shows all errors. Suppose if no errors here, finally generating exe file. After generating exe file, this exe file submitted to processor. Now processor taking that exe file, generating output finally. This is working of compiler. So even practically also I showed. Okay. Yes. Now let us see. Let us compare these two things. Interpreter and compare the differences. Yes. Point space will discuss, then easy to understand. Let us see point space. Yes. Interpreter. Yes, versus compiler. Interpreter versus compiler. Interpreter versus compiler. Interpreter versus compiler. Yes, interpreter and compiler. See first one. First one. Yes, interpreter checks the codes. Interpreter, yes, checks the codes line by line. Checks the code line by line. The first difference. First difference. Interpreter checks the code line by line. So interpreter checking your code line by line. Maybe Python script, maybe HTML script. Yes, maybe Linux shell script. So checking line by line. So interpreter checks the code line by line. So what is compiler? Whole program at a time here. Compiler checks whole program at a time here. Whole program from top to bottom. It checks from top to bottom. So checks from top to bottom. Okay. So top to bottom. Right. So interpreter checking line by line, but compiler is whole program from top to bottom. Compiler, it checks whole program from top to bottom. Okay. Next, see when come to output here. Yes, interpreter generates output, generates output line by line, generates output line by line. See first line checking. If first line is correct, immediately generating outputs. Second line correct, immediately generating outputs. Yes, third line correct, immediately generating outputs. Next line something wrong, simply stops. So output generating also line by line. Line by line output generating. Yes, in case of compiler, what happens here? In case of compiler, it's generating one exe file. Finally, at a time giving output, right? So at a time output here. Whole program at a time output here. Compiler, yes, it's generating one exe file. That exe file executing at a time and giving output, right? Okay. So at a time output here, at a time. So at a time output here. So at a time output here. At a time output. So at a time output. So at a time output. So this is at a time giving output here. Okay. So compiler giving output at a time. At a time, right? Yes. Next. Here interpreter. Interpreter, any error comes simply stops. Interpreter, any error comes simply stops. That means it shows only one error. It shows only one error. It shows only one error. Interpreter shows only one error. When come to compiler, yes, compiler shows all the errors. Compiler shows all the errors. Compiler shows all the errors. Compiler all the errors. Interpreter shows only one error. Interpreter shows only one error, but compiler shows all the errors. Compiler shows all the errors. Okay, right? Yes, next. Suppose here interpreter Yes, here line by line executing, compiler generating one exe file and exe file executing, right? So compiler generates exe file, generates, this is important points. Compiler generates exe file, executable file. Okay, yes, interpret, it does not generate exe file, it does not. Yes, it does not. It does not. Does not generate. It does not generate. It does not generate exe file. Okay. Interpreter never generating exe file. Compiler generating exe file. Okay. Interpreter does not generate exe file. Compiler generates exe file. Yeah, this is main difference. Main difference between interpreter and compiler is exe file. Exe file is the main difference. Exe file is the main difference here. So main difference between interpreter and compiler. So interpreter never generating exe file. Compiler generates exe file. Okay. See here, in case of interpreter, what happened here? Interpreter. Yes, interpreter. See here, Python. Your Python script. Python script here. Python script. Suppose that error. 1 second. Yes, correction of these errors and submitting code directly here. Yes, interpreter. Yes, interpreter executing that code directly. It's not checking for any error. Directly code executing here. That source codes. Yeah, this code is called source codes. Yes, our programs. Yes, Python source code. This is okay. Next, Python source code. Next, so HTML source code. The HTML source code. So what are the programs we are writing? Those are the source codes. Java program source codes. This is called as source codes. So our programs are source code. High level language is a source code. This is source codes. Source codes. So in interpreter, what happens here? Yes, in interpreter based language here, what happens here? The source code executes directly. Source code executes directly. But in compiler based exe file executes. In compiler based exe file executes. Okay. Yes, here. Yes, it executes source code directly. It executes source code directly here. Source code directly. It executes source code directly. Source code is directly here. It executes source code directly here. Okay. So interpreter executes source code directly. Interpreter executes source code directly. Compiler, yes, it executes exe file. It executes exe file. So compiler, it executes exe file. Okay. So here interpreter based language, source code executing directly. Yes, if it is compiler based language, exe file generates, then exe file executes. It executes exe file. Okay, right? Yes. See here, interpreter based language. Yes, see all scripting languages, all scripting. Yes, all scripting. Yes, all scripting languages, languages are interpreter based. Okay, all scripting languages are interpreter based or interpreter based here. Okay, all scripting languages are interpreter based languages. All scripting languages are interpreter based languages. Yes, these are programming languages. Yes, programming language. Okay, programming language. Programming languages are, yes, compiler based. Programming, yes, programming languages are compiler based. Okay, compiler based. So generally here, interpreter based languages are calling as scripting languages. For example, scripting language examples here. Example, HTML is scripting language, it's interpreter based. HTML, hypertext markup language. Yes, it's a browser understandable language. Browser is an interpreter. For HTML, browser is an interpreter. For HTML, browser is an interpreter. It's an interpreter based language. Browser is an interpreter for the HTML. HTML is a scripting language. Next, Python is a scripting language. Okay, Linux shell is a interpreter based language, shell scripting. Next, PHP, server side programming, it's interpreter based language. Perl scripting. Yes, next JavaScript. Yes, all these are interpreter based language. Here are examples of interpreter based languages: HTML, Python, shell scripting. Yes, next PHP scripting, Perl scripting here, JavaScript. All these are interpreter based languages. So HTML, browser is an interpreter. Python has its own interpreter. Shell, its own interpreter. PHP interpreter. Perl interpreter. JavaScript, for JavaScript again browser is interpreter. They're the interpreter based language. Okay, yes. Next, compiler based language, C, C++, yes, .NET, .NET CS, .NET CS. They're compiler based language. What is Java? Is it interpreter based or compiler based? We'll discuss which. Okay, actual topic Java will discuss. Just wait. Okay, yes. Next here, next difference. So these are interpreter based language. These are compiler based language. Okay, fine. Next here, see here, interpreter based language. Yes, and this is, yes, this language. Suppose if you don't want this one, you can remove this. You can remove save or submit. Yes. Anytime you can modify. Yes, it's open source. If you're able to modify, that is called open source. Okay. So here scripting is a open source. Scripting. Yes, interpreter based scripting here. Scripting is an open source. Scripting is an open source. Scripting is an open source. Open source means anytime it can be modified. If able to modify anytime, that is called open source. Scripting is an open source. It's an open source. Yes, it's an open source. Yes, scripting is an open source, but it's not open source. It's not an open source here. Yes, it's not. You can't modify this one here. It's not an open source. Yes, it's not open source here. Yes, let us see that also here. Yes, compiler based. Yes, scripting is an open source. At any time it can be modified. Scripting can be modified at any time here. Yes, one more example. Suppose here, this is a HTML code. HTML code. This is the HTML code. So HTML code. So HTML. This is the HTML code here. HTML code. HTML code. This is HTML code. So this is code here. Now run it. Double click. See this. Suppose in this I don't want reset button. I don't want reset button. Simply I can remove reset button here. Okay, reset button. Open with editor, notepad. Yes, reset button. Yes, input type you could submit, value could submit. So input type you could reset, value could reset. Yes, remote. Save exit. Now run it. Yes, reset button remote. Suppose I want to add it 1 second here. 1 second adding reset button here. Yes, I can add it. So at any time we can modify that script here. Anytime we can modify it here. Anytime. Okay, reset button. So placing again. Save. Unclose. Now submit here. Run it. Yes, reset button. Anytime we can modify. So this is called as open source. If you able to modify anytime, that is called open source. So scripting is an open source that can be modified anytime. Okay, but programming is not open source here. See, suppose I want to change something here. Okay, yes, it's exe file. I can't change exe file here. See this gedit, the project exe file. Try to see exe contents. Exe contains completely binary codes. Exe file contains my completely binary codes. Yeah, it's opening. Just a minute. Yeah, see this. Completely binary code. Julius funds format. Yes, binary code. Julius funds format here. Julius funds format. Completely binary codes. So we can't understand this one. We cannot modify this. You can't modify. Okay, you can't really. If you want to modify here, yes, we should open this file here. We should open that here. Okay, yes, we should open actual source code. We should open actual source code. Gedit test.c. Yes, open that actual source code. Okay, suppose I don't want last one here. So removing here. After that, I have to rebuild the application again here. I have to rebuild it here. Recompilation cc-c test.c. I have to recompile. After recompilation here, I should rebuild the, yes, I have to rebuild that exe file. So cc-o project exe file here. Yes, test.write. Yes, that exe file regenerated that exe file. Okay, now let us run this project, right? Yes, addition subtraction. Yes, if you want to modify this code here, you have to open source code, you have to compile, and yes, you have to rebuild. So many steps. Directly cannot modify. So it's not an open source. It's not an open source. So compiler based means exe file is not a open source here. Okay, scripting is an open source. Anytime it can be modified. Scripting is an open source. Yes, scripting is an open source. Anytime it can be modified. Yes, compiler base is not a open source because it's exe file. Since it's a exe file, it's not a open source. Okay. Yes. Next, one more difference here. See here, interpreter based language. Any language which is interpreter based, no exe file concepts. Okay. Yes. So interpreter based language, interpreter, yes, interpreter based language, based language don't have the exe file. Yes, don't have the exe file. Yes, don't have the exe file concept here. Exe file concept here. There is no concept of exe file in interpreter based here. There is no concept of exe file. Interpreter based language don't have exe file. See HTML codes directly executing no exe file. Yes, Python code executing direct no exe file. Shell scripting, even shell scripting also no exe file concepts. See direct executing shell script here. Shell scripting. Yes, here don't have any scripts. Okay. Even shell script also executing directly here. Okay. Zrich. Gedit. Suppose test.sh. Yes, shell script executing directly here. Yes, suppose a equal to 10. Yes, b equal to 20. Okay. Yes, c equal to expr $a plus $b. Adding two numbers. $b is a shell script here. So echo, yes, addition equal to $c. So displaying c value. Okay. Yes, addition equal to $c. Yes, addition. Yes, a minus b. Yes, a into b. A into b here, addition, subtraction. Yes, subtraction. Yes, multiplication. Save. Yes, see this bash. Yes, directly got it. Direct executed like a Python script. See Python, then Python filet. Python running Python script. Python, then test.py. Okay, shell script. Bash is a shell. Bash, then test.sh. Directly executed. That program execute directly here. Suppose if you want to modify, you can modify anytime here. You can modify if you want to remove this functionality here, remove it and submit. Remove submit. Okay. So no exe file concept here, directly executed. Okay. So if it is interpreter based language don't have the exe file concept here. Interpreter based language don't have the exe file concept here. Yes, if it is compiler based, here everything is exe file. So first everything is an exe file here. Everything is an exe file here. Here generating exe file, then finally exe file executes. So here compiler based always exe file working here. Compiler based always exe file working here. Okay. So compiler based is exe based, interpreter based no exe file. So these are the differences here. Okay, let us review all the differences. The interpreter checks the code line by line. Compiler whole program from top to bottom. Yes, interpreter is line by line. Compile is whole program from top to bottom. Next output line by line output. Interpreter line by line output. So compiler at a time output here. Compile is at a time output. Okay. Next interpreter shows only one error. Yes, interpreter is only one error, but compiler shows all the errors. Next, interpreter does not generate exe file. Interpreter does not generate exe file. Yes, compiler generates exe file. Compiler generates exe file. Okay. Next, interpreter executes source code directly. Interpreter executing source code directly. But compiler, what is happening here? Exe file generates. Compiler generates one exe file, that exe file executes. Okay. Next, interpreter based languages are called scripting language. Yes, compiler based called programming language. Here. Okay. Yes, here interpreter based all their examples. Compiler based their examples here. Okay. Yes, scripting is an open source. Anytime it can be modified here. Okay. It's not open source. Scripting is an open source. Yes, it can be modified. Yes, modified at any time. It can be modified at any time here. at any time. It can be modified at any time, but it's not an open source. You cannot modify. Okay. Yes, interpreter based language don't have exe file. Any interpreter based language don't have the exe file. These language no exe file. Here .html direct executes, .py file executes direct, .sh file executes directly here. Okay, .js file, JavaScript .js direct executes, right? Yes, no exe file concept. Yes, interpreter based language don't have the concept of exe file. Interpreter based language no exe file concept here. Yes, compiler based always exe file concept here. Fine. Now what is Java? Now question is what is Java here? Yes, what is Java? Yes, what is Java? Yes, what is Java? Is it interpreter based or compiler based? Now come to actual topic here. What is Java? Is it interpreter based or compiler based? Let us see. Let us see. So what is happening in Java? Let us see. See, except Java, yes, in any other languages, so except Java, any other languages, what happens here? Any other languages. So what happens here? First is source code. Source code. First of all, source code converts into binary code. Source code converts into binary code. Source code. Suppose C program, C++. Those are the source codes. Source code. Your program is source code. Your program is source code. Okay. That source code converts into binary code and submit it to processor. So processor generating outputs. Except Java. Yes, next come to Java here. Come to Java. In Java, what happens here? So first source code. First of all, yes, source code converts into bytecode. So one more extra code introduced in Java. Yes, what's the purpose of bytecode introduced here? To make the independent platform. So bytecode purpose is to make the Java as independent platform. Main purpose of bytecode is to make the Java as independent platform. Okay, to make the Java as an independent platform, bytecode was introduced. Okay, a source code converting into binary code. That bytecode converts into binary code. That bytecode simply converts into binary code. After converting into binary code here, generating outputs. Okay, so Java, there are two stages. First stage and second stage. Suppose except Java, only one step here. Source code directly converts into binary code and given to processor generating output here. But in Java, what happens here? Source code converts into bytecode. That bytecode converts into binary code. That binary code given to processor. So processor generating outputs. Okay. So except Java, other cases only one step, only one single step completion here. But in Java there are two steps. First step is source code to bytecode to binary code. Okay, so why bytecode introduced in Java here? To make the Java as independent platform. Yes, we'll discuss. So I'll explain that clearly. First is source code to bytecode. Yes, this is by the compiler. Java compiler. So Java compiler converts source code to bytecode. Okay, source code to bytecode conversion by the Java compiler. See, Java compiler check for all errors. Java compiler checking for all errors. Java compiler. Yes, Java compiler checks for all errors. Checks for all errors. Yes, if no errors, generates one dot class file. Generates dot class file. So which contains binary code. It's a bytecode file. Sorry, bytecode file. It's a bytecode file. Okay. So Java compiler checks for all errors. If no errors, yes, generates dot class file called as bytecode file. Okay. So here source code to bytecode by the Java compiler. So in Java, errors checking by the compiler. If no errors, then generating bytecode. After generating bytecode here, this bytecode file is given to Java interpreter. Okay, Java interpreter. Now Java interpreter taking bytecode converts into binary code. So this is by the Java interpreter. Java interpreter. Java interpreter. This is by the Java interpreter. So Java interpreter. Okay. Yes. Java interpreter. So this is by Java interpreter. Okay. Now Java interpreter, yes, converts bytecode to binary code. So Java compiler converts source code to bytecode, source code to bytecode by the, yes, source code to bytecode by the Java compiler here. Okay, Java compiler checking for all the errors. If no errors, generating bytecode file. That bytecode file is given to interpreter. Now interpreter taking that bytecode file converts into binary codes. Once it converts into binary code, executes and giving outputs. Okay, so what is happening here? Source code. Let us say source code. Source code. Source code. Suppose source code test.java. Test.java program is a source code. Test.java. Sorry. Test.java. Okay. So this is given to Java compiler. Java C is a Java compiler. Java compiler given to Java compiler here. Now Java compiler generating, yes, bytecode file. Yes, generating bytecodes. Bytecode is a tested.less. Tested.less. Tested.less file generating. Okay, after generating here, this tested.less file is given to Java interpreter. Java interpreter. Java interpreter. Java interpreter. Java interpreter. Okay, Java interpreter, right? So source code test.java given to Java compiler. Result of Java compiler is bytecode file means tested.class file here. The tested.class passing the Java interpreter here. Java interpreter. Java interpreter. Okay, Java interpreter. Yes. Java interpreter. Now Java interpreter generates binary codes. Result of Java interpreter is binary codes. Result of Java interpreter is what? It's a binary code. It's a binary code. Generating binary codes. Generating binary code. After generating binary code, given to processor. Processor. Then generating output finally. That's it here. Okay. So what is happening here? What is happening here? Yes, in Java, errors checking by the compiler. In Java, errors checking by the compiler, but runtime by the interpreter. Okay. So in Java, yes, errors. Errors. Yes, errors. Yes. Errors. Yes, checking by the compiler. Error checking by the compiler. Error checking by the compiler. Okay. Yes, runtime. Yes. Runtime. Runtime by the interpreter. Runtime by the interpreter. Runtime by the interpreter. Okay. So in Java, errors checking by the compiler. Runtime by the interpreter. So errors checking by the compiler. In Java, errors by the compiler here. Runtime by the interpreter. Right. Okay. So Java depends on what? Is it compiler or interpreter? Now tell me, Java depends on what? Yes, it is compiler based or interpreter based. Error checking by the compiler, but runtime by the interpreter. No, Java based on what? Is it compiler based or interpreter based? Yes. Yes, anyone can you conclude this based on my explanation here? Based on my explanation, can you conclude this? Can you answer this? Java, is it compiler based or interpreter based? Yes, come on guys. Very clearly explains. Yeah. Abhishekta, you were right. Next, others, everyone has to respond. Please respond. Okay. Based on my explanation, Java depending on what here? Yes, both. Fine, well and good. Java, yes, compiler based as well as interpreter based here. Compiler, Java, compiler based as well as interpreter, as well as both here, as well as interpreter both. So compiler, Java depending on both here. Okay. So Java compiler as well as interpreter based. So Java compiler as well as interpreter based. So depending on both here. Java depending on both here. Java compiler as well as interpreter based. As well as interpreter based. Okay. So in Java, errors checking by the compiler. Okay. Runtime by the interpreter. So that means Java depending on both here. Java depending on both. Right. This is, yes, about Java. Java, just introduction here. Just introduction. Java features we have to discuss now. Java features we'll discuss. Wait. Yes, now here's some question for you guys. Try to understand my explanation, then answer the question. Please, some question for you guys. Some question. See here. Any language runtime is interpreter based. Yes, interpreter based language don't have the exe file concept. See any language, 1 second. Yes, see any language, runtime is interpreter based. Runtime is interpreter based. Any language, runtime is yes interpreter based. Interpreter based. Don't have exe file don't have exe file concepts. Don't have exe file concepts. So any language, yes, runtime is interpreter don't have exe file concepts. Okay. So any language runtime is interpreter based. Try to understand this point here. Please try to understand. Everyone try to understand this point here. So any language runtime is interpreter based. Don't have exe file. Okay. Yes. Next Java runtime. Yes, Java. 1 second. Java runtime is an interpreter based. Java runtime is an interpreter based. Okay. So any language runtime is interpreter based. Don't have exe file concept. Any language runtime is interpreter based. Don't have exe file concept here. Any language runtime is interpreter based. No, don't have exe file. No exe file concept here. Java runtime is an interpreter based. Java runtime is an interpreter based. Now question is there any exe file concept in Java? There's a question. Okay. Yes, Java runtime is an interpreter based. Is there an exe file concept in Java? Yes, any exe file concept in Java. See, try to understand what I'm saying here. Okay, try to understand. Any language runtime is interpreter based. Don't have exe file concept. This point, any language runtime is interpreter based. Any language runtime is interpreter based. Don't have exe file concepts. Now Java runtime is interpreter based. Yes, if it is interpreter based, no exe file concept, right? Yes, if runtime is interpreter based, no exe file concept. Now Java runtime is interpreter based. Now question is there an exe file concept in Java? That is the question here. Now it's clear, right? Now I think it's clear. Is there an exe file concept in Java? Next question. Yes, next question. Can we create exe file in Java? Can we create exe file in Java? Yes, answer is no. Yes, no exe file concept. Okay, Java, there's no concept of exe files. In Java, no concept of exe files. Okay, in Java, everything is .class file. Yes, in Java, everything is a .class file. Everything is .class file. Okay, .class file is not exe file. Exe file is different, .class file is different. So what is exactly exe file? What's a .class file? Yes, here is a question. So what's the difference between .exe file and .class file? What's the difference between .class file and .exe file? The differences we'll discuss. Wait, I'll explain very clearly. Okay. Yes, in Java there is no concept of exe files. We can't create exe file. See, if it is exe file, it's a OS dependent. Java is not a OS dependent, it's independent. Java is not exe based. If not exe based, not a OS dependent. See, any programming which is exe based is a OS dependent. Yes, don't have exe, that is OS independent. So Python, in Python, no exe file is independent of platform. Java, no exe file concept is independent of platform. So what is exe file? I'll explain. Wait. What is exactly exe file? I'll explain. Tomorrow topic. Yes, tomorrow topic is about independent of platform. I have to explain here. Yes, Java. Yes, so up to this, all the basics were completed. Till today, all basics were completed. Now let us go for this. What is independent of platform? How Java made us independent of platform? Yes. So in this, we are going to discuss about exe file. What is exactly exe file? What is dot class? That comparison. That comparison. Okay. Next, portability. OOPS language. Yeah, these features. Yes, tomorrow will continue. Today I can't finish. Okay, just we have only 5 minutes of time. Okay. Yes, tomorrow we'll continue for this exe file dot class file. Next, what is exe file? What is dot class file? Next, how Java made us independent platform, how it is portable. These concepts we'll discuss. Okay. Yes. Java compiler does not generate exe file. Java compiler generating dot class file. It's a bytecode file. Compiler. Java compiler is special case. Java compiler is a special case. Java compiler generating dot class file. Okay. Yes. Runtime is interpreter based. Since runtime is interpreter based, no exe file concepts. Okay. Yes, since runtime is interpreter based, no exe file concept here. Java runtime is interpreter based. Any language runtime is interpreter based, no exe file concept. Yes, since Java runtime is interpreter based, no exe file concept in Java. Yes. Yes. Yes, independent platform portable, these concepts tomorrow we'll discuss. Yes, tomorrow finishing all the features. After finishing all the features, we'll start Java, actual Java. How to install Java, how to set up Eclipse, these concepts should be discussing. By tomorrow is complete overview finishing here. Java overview finishing, features finishing, that Java overview finishing here. Tomorrow I'll start, yes, installation. Okay, so first 1 hour, yes, I'll explain about these features. After that, next half an hour, yes, I'll explain how to install Java, how to set up Eclipse and all this. Okay, yeah, that's all for today. Yes, any doubts? Any doubts? 1 second, guys. Yes, no doubts, right? 1 second. One second. Please don't leave. 1 second. Yes, yes, WhatsApp group already created. Yeah, this is my WhatsApp number. My WhatsApp number. Yes, 8179189123. Yes, please share your details. Yes, your name. Next, what's your course you learning here? What's a course? Course. Please submit this information. I will add to group. This is my WhatsApp number. Already group created for our batch. Okay. Yes, every information shared in the group here. Any doubts are there, you can ask me in group or individually also. Yes, in my personal window also you can ask it here. Any doubts for any your maybe career doubts or Java technical doubts, whatever it is here. Okay. Yeah, okay, fine, Srikanth. No issue. Okay. Yeah. So this is. So these are details. Yes, please submit your details. Please submit your details. Okay. I will add to group. I'll add to group. Already group created. I will add to that group. Right? Yes. So every batch group is there. Every batch WhatsApp group is there. So the WhatsApp group, I'll be communicating here. I'll be communicating. Once again, let me show that. See, core Java. See, 8:30 batch is going on. So, yes, yours not 8:30, 8 o'clock, that batch starting. So this group, yes, there are 16 participants in that group here. Okay, here communication is going on. They're asking some doubts. I'm responding. Every day asking their doubts. I'm responding. Okay. Next, one more 8:15 p.m. batch also going on. 8:15 p.m. batch. 8:15 p.m. batch. Yes, almost at the end. 15 participants. All 8:15 p.m. almost at the end of that batch. Next 7 p.m. batch. One more is going on. This batch also almost at the end. This batch Yes, almost 18 participants are there. So minimum 15 members are forming every batch. Yes, I think your batch also will be 15 members by next week. Okay. So this, yes, for every batch, just creating WhatsApp group. In WhatsApp group, yes, I'm responding here. Okay, I'm responding. So what are the questions are there? Yes, doubts and everything I'll be responding. Please submit this information. Please submit this information here. I will add to group. Okay. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Any doubts? Still any doubts? Yes. Videos and all these things I'll share. Yes. By the today, I'll take your email IDs from the online team. I'll take your email IDs from the online team. I'll share that. Okay. Yeah. So thank you guys. See you tomorrow. Same time, 9:30 exactly. Right. Thank you.